What is up, everybody? Kyle R. Truax back in White Lightning. My internship is over down at Naples Lakes Country Club. Wanted to discuss some of my thoughts on the whole process and how the experience went. Stopped by Streamsong today. All that and more on this edition of Golf TruAxioms. So, man, I got about a 11-hour drive in total here today, and gives me a lot of time to ponder and think about think back the last 2 months or so, and what an experience. And it will be something that I'll never forget. The opportunity that Rob Collins, Tad King, Thad Layton bestowed upon me to come on board and help with the process of renovating Naples Lakes Country Club was something I'll be forever thankful for. So, with that being said, I wanted to discuss a couple of things that I learned, that I observed, some points, some bullet points that I think really just highlighted how the process went and what I think my viewpoint of that was. So let me first start off with this. Tad King and Rob Collins, KingCollins Golf, were brought in with a recommendation by Thad Layton of Arnold Palmer Design. Now, Wadsworth Golf Construction was the contractor, and so between the club, Wadsworth, Thad being the head architect, and Tad and Rob of KingCollins, we had four kind of entities all working together. And so, before I even get started, my thoughts here and the points that I'm going to make, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. These are just observations of what I saw. I'm not going to make any positive or negative opinions in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to kind of state what I feel is necessary based off what I saw and experienced. So the first one, there needs to be very, very strong leadership at the top. With the four parties involved, there are issues with contractually who does what and who gets paid for doing what. And this was a unique situation because it was atypical than a standard build or a standard renovation with four separate parties at play here. And so, again, there needs to be very, very good leadership from the top and all the way down. And coming from an educational background, I've kind of made this comparison. If you have a lead architect, they're your superintendent of a school district, of the golf project, if you will. They are the visionary. They create the master plan. They set the goals for the district, or the course, or the club. And then you have your design coordinator or project manager, those kind of parties as your principals. And they kind of implement and advise what the superintendent wants to be done. So then, after your principals, you now have your teachers. The teachers are going to be your lead shaper, your finish guys, your other collaborators, if you will. And then basically the labor would be teachers' aides, paras, and people that help out, do the grunt work, things like that. Those are your teachers. And the environment or the land is your students. You're molding your students to learn a certain way. You're molding the ground to learn a certain way. And so that's how I took it. But I guess it all, you got to have very strong leadership. There has to be very good communication between all parties. You have to have the ability to accommodate different needs. You have to be able to handle ego and a little bit of politics. You got to know when to be tactful, when to raise your voice, when to be assertive. All these things are very important from the leadership standpoint, and whoever those leaders are, it's very, very key to do those types of things. And so, again, going back to the analogy of a school district from what my background is, I think that kind of ties in. So I hope that makes sense. Second of all, what I took away from this experience: any course build, any type of golf construction, it's very, very important to have and maintain issues of drainage. I mean, everything is about drainage. It really, really is. And people can say, oh, yeah, of course, but without actually being on a project and being part of the construction process, you don't really get a good feel of how much emphasis is on drainage. And I'm not just talking about, how the fairway drains. You got to have tie-ins with the greens properly. Your bunkers, they can't be a certain depth if you're at a certain elevation. And being down in Naples at this place, obviously where it's all swampland and there is no elevation. And so how do you create greens or bunkers without any elevation and have that properly drained? Like, for instance, we were going to build, Rob was excavating a very deep coffin bunker, and we just couldn't make it as deep as we wanted to. We wanted to make this thing like 6 feet deep at least, and it would have been really, really awesome. But based on where the water and the elevation that we needed to grade the drainage, we just couldn't do it, and so we had to elevate it. And so drainage is so important. And at some sites you're lucky and you have natural features that allow water to get away, but at this project, apparently their course was always soaked. They couldn't have enough drainage, and so we put in many more basins. The green contours, keying in the green was very, very important to get the water away, because the soil, unfortunately, is extremely poor, shelly, rocky, huge boulders. Whenever they tried to aerate and top dress, they couldn't. They would hit these huge boulders and they're breaking tines, and so they never really could get us sandy material. It was just organic swamp muck underneath the grass. So drainage was ultra important, and that's all you got. That's all you hear from these supers and architects and contractors is drainage. So that was my second key that I took away. And I guess third and lastly, all this stuff is really dealing with problem solving. If you're a good architect, you're a good problem solver. And there's issues every single day. And if you're able to make a situation better based on solutions that you feel fits the club and the course and the parties involved, then you're doing a good job. And I guess along with that goes not only dealing with the course construction, but problem solving between people. Tensions can rise and opinions can get thrown around, and you got to be able to problem solve with just personalities. And I thought that was the most interesting part, because I love puzzles, I love games, and so I love trying to connect the dots and try to be more efficient. And I was always constantly asking my guys, Rob, Tad, Thad, why do we do it this way? Why is it like this? Why can't we do it this way? And they gave me really good answers, and I learned a lot. And then I always kind of think about how I would do it, and it's just one big problem-solving challenge. It really is, and it's fun. As much as It can be tough sometimes. It's fun. Looking back, I mean, for me personally, I was the grunt. I was raking and shoveling 95% of the days on the job. You know, whether it's edging bunkers, raking this stuff, shoveling, keening greens. I briefly got on an excavator and kind of built a little pop bunker, but my hands have never been more calloused. I've never worked so hard in my life. But with all that sweat and achy bones and muscles, I would do it again in a heartbeat, because I was creating something. I was a part of something that is cool, and that's why I want to get into business. And it was a very rewarding experience, and I can't thank those guys enough. I've told them a million times I'm very, very appreciative to even have this opportunity before I even go to school, which starts up in about a month, less than a month. It's just very, very awesome. It's just so rewarding. I'm very, very lucky to have this opportunity. So overall, just couldn't get enough of it. I can't wait to go back down there and see how the progress was. They got a lot of grass growing right now. They have to be done by August 31st, so they got a couple more weeks left, and can't wait to see the end results. So that's kind of my 3 takeaways from my internship down there. And so now I'm heading back to Knoxville, finally get home and settled and get back with the fam. But I did have an opportunity to stop by Streamsong this morning, and I got a tour from Kyle Harris, the superintendent, and man, you talk about a pure place. And it was totally expected it. I mean, it was Bandon, it was Sand Valley, Sweetens, all wrapped into one, and just a very, very cool piece of property in the middle of nowhere. And I guess my one takeaway when I saw it, I only saw the red and the blue because the black is still under construction, so it was closed off. We're opening soon, but it was closed off. But the one thing that I was thinking about when I left the property was, these courses like Bandon and Sand Valley, Sweetens, these out of the in the middle of nowhere places. It just reminded me of the saying, or from Field of Dreams: if you build it, they will come. And it doesn't matter where you build golf. If you have the right land and you have the right architect and the right vision, people will come play these great, great golf courses. And I think people that are just in the business for a money grab, it's a shame. And it makes me kind of sad, because these places they're second to none, and they deserve to be, and they deserve all the acclaim. And I hope more and more of these types of places, these resorts and golf destinations that are just pure golf, happen more often and pop up more often, and developers and clients see that mass amount of potential for great golf. And so that's what I think. But just overall, unbelievable summer. Can't wait to get started in school and see how that goes. It's been a whirlwind summer. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.